Hi, this video will help you with your chessboard assignment, as well as introduce you to AutoCAD and some of its features. Let's get into it. AutoCAD is a program that is the industry standard for most engineering companies, depending on what they're doing. Architects, anything in the construction field where things need to be drawn out ahead of time, AutoCAD is the go-to. So you may want to learn some skills around it and see if you like using it or not. So let's get into it. We're going to be doing the chessboard assignment. Here it is. Note that everything here is going to be half scale. That is, everything's going to be half the sizes. So on our dimensions, you can see that the dimensions that we have here give us bare minimum dimensions so that we don't clutter up drawings. You'll see that on the other drawings as well. We only are given information that is required. So when you dimension things yourself, you also only put what is required. To get started, we'll go over to AutoCAD Web. If you do not have an account already, you will need to sign up or create an account and then talk to me, and I will be able to get you a free trial. Let's go new drawing. Make sure when you mouse over it says AutoCAD_web_metric, and we're going in there. Once it loads for you, it has our tools for the drawing along the top, and then a bunch of our abilities to change the components down the left side. We also can switch between screens, modeling, or layout on the bottom. We're going into layout. Let's use layout 1. I always get annoyed by the grid because I don't really need it. So we're going to select it, hit backspace, and you will be rid of the grid. First thing for you to do is, after you delete the grid, is to go into your layers, and we are going to create some different layers. We're going to create a construction layer. I like to make it red, and we are going to create an object layer, which is going to be black. Here we are. Okay. One of the cool features is you can type commands. You can see at the bottom, this cursor is always active. So as soon as you type into your keyboard, it will bring up commands and it'll give you command options. If I want a line, for example, instead of clicking up at the top every time, I can keep my mouse over top, start typing, and I get all the different things related to lines. So let's pick construction lines. I'm going to use X lines to begin. Get a line this way and a line this way, and we're going to make outline over top of this grid. Hit escape to get away from that command, and then we're going to put another X line, type it in, X line, come to the corner, here and here, and now I've got 4 corners. While I'm here, let's lock in to find the center of our page. Go here and there. And now let's put a couple more down the middle to get some vertical lines so that I have the exact center point of my page. Now, any type of drawing that we're doing, we want to make sure that it is in the middle of our paper. So as we come to the middle of our paper, right here, I can come over to here, and I need to find where the middle of this is. We're 220 tall, 220 wide, so I know that half of it is 110 total. And if I go from here, 110 up and down and left and right, I'm going to be left with a square the exact size that I want. We're going to use a function called offset. Start typing it in, hit enter at any point, or type the whole thing in. And the bottom will tell us exactly what to do. Specify offset distance or through erase layer. we are specifying our offset distance at 55. Now, why am I going 55? Because everything is half scale. 220, this is 110. We're going half of everything. So you're gonna have to do some math in your head. 110 tall, half of that is 55 this way, 55. Oh, let's select, click, 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 click. Now I've got the outline to my square. Let's go ahead and click our object layer, type line, and we'll go around. Oh, I'm in the offset command still. So if you hit escape on your keyboard, you'll cancel our command. Now I can type line. And let's go around and draw, locking on each of our corners. Come back here. This is 10 from here to here to make this border around the chessboard. We're doing half scale. So we're going to go offset, specify the distance, 5. So we're going half, 5, 5, 5, 5. At this point, we can zoom into our spots and we will use another function. Let's hit escape. And we'll use what's called trim. Type in trim, mouse over, and we can trim and simply and easily erase those out. Trim that, and trim each of our spots. Okay. Now let's get set up again, exactly where we want. Zoom in and out with 2 fingers on your trackpad. And now I've got the outline for my chessboard. Now it'll be simply as simple as taking these lines and offsetting them. We're still in the trim function. Hit escape. It'll cancel our command. Now we want to offset again. What size? Come and check. These are 25. Everything's half scale. We're doing 12.5 therefore. And let's do that. 12.5, 12.5. Just keep dropping them over. And I can keep clicking, click, click, and adding until I fill the whole thing up. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get out of the offset, hit escape to cancel the command, and type in hatch. Hatch is this one, and it's going to be used to color in our squares. Specify internal point. We can come and we will click each of our squares. That was a bad one. Hatch, bad click. There we go. Let's get every one of our squares. And we're going to run into an issue here. I can see. Let's see what happens when we hit enter. It's only hatching and not, it's getting blocked off by those lines. So let's undo. Control Z, undo. We're going to turn off our construction lines. Easy way to get rid of all these construction lines is to make sure you're not on the construction layer. There's our objects. Hit the light and out they go. Let's head back to hatch, type it in, click on each of our squares. Click, 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 all the way through. Now, normally what hatching is used for is if you're drawing a part of some kind and it has a cutaway, objects have designated patterns that you would have on them to demonstrate what type of material, and that is typically what Hatch is used for. Now that I've clicked all of these, I can hit enter. It's going to pick basically an arbitrary pattern for me. I can click on those. I can go into the properties. If I did not like that these were object lines, I can switch them here. I can also switch my line type. We're making a chessboard, so I'm going to look for something that's going to fit for me. That's the line type, line weight. If I wanted different size lines, I can do that there. And we are going to change the pattern. Here's our pattern. All these different patterns. These are different patterns dependent on type of material, like we mentioned. Let's just go down and find the solid. There's solid. Colors it in for us. Everything's colored. Now we're almost done. The last things to do is we will come back to our layers, turn on our construction lines. Let's go ahead and draw a border on the outside where we could hole punch our paper and put it into a binder theoretically. We are also going to now turn off our construction layer again. Let's offset to make a title block in the bottom. We're going to make a little title block type offset. Title block is where you would put the information for the drawing in the bottom. And we're going to add that right here. Let's make it 15 high. Now, one of the things that we can do at this point, because this is now no longer in the center of our drawing space, let's select this whole thing. We will type in move as our command. We will specify a base point. How about here? Let's pull this straight up, 7.5. We made the title block at the bottom 15, and therefore this is 15 closer from there to there than it was there to there. We need to split the difference, so we moved it 7.5. The last thing we're going to do is put in a note. Here's our note down here in the corner, and our note is going to say note half scale, or let's go something more technical. Scale is 2 to 1. Click off. We'll put our note in there. Now, if we need to, we can grab this blue box, and we can move it where we want. Let's come into the bottom, and we will make one more note. Text. I'll just grab these corners. We are going to put in our information. Your name. I will semicolon. Then this is called figure 2.3a chessboard. And we are at post middle school. And you are in tech ed shop. Or if you're in pre-engineering, you type in pre-engineering, depending on what class you're in. And let's put a date on there, December 1, 2023. Okay. Notably, you won't be happy with where it's located. So grab it by the blue box, get it down, and get it centered for us. Okay, make sure we save. This is called figure 2.3a chessboard. Put your name on it, hit save. It's ready to go. I suggest you save on the future drawings first thing. This will not auto-save for you. So it's not like Google Docs and the other items. The last thing we need to do is you need to be able to give this to me. We are going to download. So we're going to hit the print button. it's going to turn this into a PDF as if it's going to go onto a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Hit plot. When you hit plot, it'll generate a PDF. PDF is a very universal type of file that is readable, easily printable. You could send it to people in business. Let's click to download. And when we open it, you'll send it to me and I will get your drawing. You can see that I did not go all the way around with my object lines. I would get deducted points. I hope you don't make that mistake. And I hope that if you have any questions, you can now go in and you can go into the chessboard assignment and attach it. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and talk to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. So these are the instructions for the chessboard, and they should get you on your way to drawing future drawings.